friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faith, and today I'm going to be taking you through a yoga-inspired mobility flow. So this practice is going to take you through some stretches and exercises to improve your overall range of motion and keep your body moving and feeling its best. So it was requested for me to teach a class using yoga blocks. So that is what we're going to be doing for our practice, using the blocks to bring some more spice into some of the movements and exercises and really feel that engagement and stability in the body. So for this practice, you will need a couple of blocks. Feel free to have them at the top of the mat. We are going to be spending some time on the knees here. So if you have any sensitivity in the knees, a pillow or a blanket could be really helpful as well. So if you feel like you need that, definitely have that ready. Otherwise, all you'll need is your yoga mat, your blocks. So when you're ready, meet me on the mat and let's begin. My friends, let's begin in a seated position at the center of the mat. You can place your blocks towards the top of the mat, or if you'd like to make this seated position more comfortable for you, you can always take a block and just rest it under the sitting bones. And this is just going to help elevate the hips and make a seated position more comfortable for you. So take a moment, find what works best for you. And then once you're ready, sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders down and back, and try to lift through the crown of your head. Feel that length in the spine. So just finding a nice tall spine here, slight lift through the chest. And then if it feels safe to do so, you can close your eyes, perhaps just soften the gaze. And just take a moment to arrive. So letting go of anything that happened or came before this moment, anything that you have to do after your practice today, and just allow yourself to be here. Start to bring your awareness to your physical body, maybe noticing any areas of tension or tightness. Start to connect to the rhythm of your heart, feeling it beating in your chest. And then start to bring your awareness to your breath. Your breath is the most important part of a yoga practice. So just take a moment to notice the inhales, the exhales, feeling your belly and your chest rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. And at any time throughout our practice, if you notice your mind starts to wander or you're thinking about other things, simply bring your awareness back to your breath. Taking smooth, even inhales and long and gentle exhales. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Continuing to breathe deeply on your own. Allowing the breath to cleanse you, to re-energize you. Let's take one more deep breath in. And a long breath out, let it go. Soften the facial muscles, relax your shoulders. And then from here, you can keep the eyes closed and just start to circle the head around. So working into the neck, moving slowly in one direction, And then moving in the opposite direction. Noticing where the tension lies in your neck, maybe the backs of your shoulders. And just stay with your breath here. Beautiful. Bring the head back through center. Gently blink the eyes open if they're not already. And we're just going to circle the shoulders. So bring the shoulders forward, up, back, and then down. Good. Forward, up, back, and down. So continuing with this movement. Trying to keep the torso still, so really articulating the movement in your shoulders. And then reverse the circle, take the shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Good. Back, up, forward, and down. Good. You can find some fluidity in this movement. And continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. And then come to find stillness. Pull the shoulders back. As you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, take the arms out wide into a T. We're going to work into our shoulder mobility. So bring your palms face down. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, bring the left arm behind your back, side bend over to the left. So reaching that right arm up and over. Try to stack the shoulders here. Look up towards the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come back through center, palms face down. Breathe in. Exhale, right arm behind your back. Reach over to the right. Draw the left shoulder back. Breathe in. And breathe out. So just moving back and forth. Inhale through center. Exhale, left arm behind the back. Reach over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, right arm behind, reach over to the right. So moving with your breath here. Starting to work that internal rotation of the shoulder and opening up the side body. With each exhale, seeing if you can reach a little bit further. Last one, inhale through center. Exhale, reach over to the left. Good, come back through center, reach the arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Good, we're gonna come into a butterfly pose. So if you're sitting on a block, feel free to stay there. You're gonna bring the soles of your feet together with your knees falling open. Now, if you want a more intense stretch for the hips, you can take a yoga block on the lowest setting and then place your feet on top of the block. So just getting a little bit more negative space to work with here, feeling a deeper stretch in the hips. You can adjust the position of your feet, so the closer your feet are to your hips, the deeper the stretch will be. So take a moment, find what feels good for you. And again, grounding through the sitting bones, sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your ankles, and we'll move through a seated cat-cow. So as you inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, round through the spine, draw your chin to your chest. Good, inhale, come forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, round through the spine. Good, keep it going here, moving with the breath. Trying to articulate the movement into the spine here. Keeping the movement nice and controlled. And then the next time you exhale, hold it there, round through the spine. Feel that stretch in the back. So keeping the arms straight, tuck your chin to your chest. And come back to a neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge the torso forward as you bring your chest closer towards your feet. So just coming into a forward fold, you should feel a deep stretch in the outer hips, perhaps the inner thighs and the groin. Some of you might even feel it in your lower back. Think about lifting the tailbone up as you reach the crown of your head forward. That's going to help you find more length in the spine. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Couple more breaths here, using the exhales to take you deeper into the stretch. And then slowly lift your chest back up. And then we'll draw the knees together. You can remove the block at this time. So if you're sitting on the block, go ahead and take it away and place it towards the top of the mat. We're going to come into a hip mobility exercise. So keeping the knees bent, bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Bring your hands behind your back, and we're just going to windshield wipe the knees side to side. So taking the knees to the right and then to the left. So working our internal and external hip rotation. Good, now come back through center. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. We're going to do the same movement just without the hands. So drop your knees to the right, lift up through the chest, come back through center, and then over to the left. Good, come back through center, to the right, back through center, and to the left. So keep it going here, stay with your breath. Again, moving nice and slow, trying to keep control and stability in the movement. And then come back through center. We're going to add on to this exercise, so you may need to shift your hips back a little bit. And then bring the hands through heart center. Drop your knees over to the right. Push out of that right leg. Lift your hips and squeeze your glutes. Good. Lower the hips. Come back through center. Drop to the left. Push out of the left leg. Lift your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Good. Drop the hips. Come back through center. Knees to the right. Lift your hips. Good. So keep it going here. Starting to build some heat in the hips, the glutes. And if this is too much for you, then just stay in that first variation, working on your mobility in the hips, and then eventually making your way to this progression. Stay with the breath, keep the core nice and engaged. Beautiful. Now come back through center. Coming into a modified malasana. So keeping the knees bent, hands through heart center. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees, and then use your elbows to open the knees wide. You can tent the fingertips here to give you a little bit more space. Again, think about lifting up through the crown of your head. Feel that length in the spine. Breathing into the inner thighs here. And then slowly release. Bring the knees together and we'll meet in a tabletop pose facing the top of the mat. So coming over to your hands and knees, wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Good, now spread the fingers nice and wide. Use your hands to press away from the earth. Draw the navel in towards your spine to engage your core. So finding that core connection. And then from here, extend the left leg back. So keeping the hips square and the core engaged, making sure we're not leaning to the right. So pulling that left hip in line with the right. We're going to take your left leg out to the side, tuck the right toes under, and then press your hips back towards your heels. We're going to work through some spinal waves here. So start to round yourself forward through each vertebra of your spine and then drop the hips, open the chest. Good. Bend your right knee, press the hips back towards your heels. So moving with the breath, inhale, round forward, drop the hips, look up. Exhale, bend the right knee, press the hips back. So moving back and forth here. If this is too much for you, then you can just do a traditional cat-cow with that right leg extended. So dropping the belly, look up, and then exhale, rounding through the spine. So you choose what feels best for you. Beautiful. We'll meet back in our tabletop pose. So stepping the left knee down in line with your left hip. Go ahead and grab the block to the top left corner of the mat. And we're just going to place it on the lowest setting behind the left knee. You're going to pull your left heel in towards your glutes. So we're squeezing the block with our leg here, feeling that engagement in the left hamstring. From here, we're going to kick that left leg up and then lower back down. Good. Lift it up and lower. So we're using the block to make this a little bit more challenging, really encouraging that engagement in the glute, the hamstring. Try to keep the upper body still, core engaged. Stay with your breath here. And then we're going to add to this movement. So you're going to lift the leg up, take your left knee out to the side, tap your left shoulder. Come back through center and lower down. Good. Lift the leg, knee to shoulder, back to center and lower. Good. Keep it going here. Starting to work the external rotators of the hip. You should really feel this in the glutes, the hamstrings. And we'll do one more. Lift the leg, knee to shoulder, back to center, and lower down. Nice work. So we'll come up onto the knees. We'll remove the block from behind the left leg. Go ahead and untuck the toes. We're going to step the left foot forward into a low lunge. So take a moment, find your stance here, pressing firmly into that left foot. Allow your hips to sink down. Grab the block with your left hand. We're going to do a similar arm movement that we did in the beginning. So reach your arms to the sky, take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the left arm behind your back, placing the block in between your shoulder blades. We're going to bend that right arm and then see if you can touch the block with your right hand. Once you have it here, we're going to straighten that left leg to a half split and then hinge the torso forward. Good. Finding a little flow here. Come back to your lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, grab the block with your right hand and then switch out the arms. So right arm behind your back, left hand reaches for the block. Extend the left leg and then hinge the torso forward. Good. Come back to your lunge. Grab the block with your left hand. Switch out the arms. And then straighten the left leg and hinge the torso forward. Good, we'll do that one more time. Come back to your lunge, switch out the arms. And then extend the left leg, hinge the torso forward. Holding it here, working on our balance, pull the left hip back to square off the hips. And then grab the block with your right hand, place the block onto the mat, reach your left arm to the sky for a twist. So you can take the block to its highest setting, maybe to a medium setting, or all the way to its lowest setting. Try to keep the hips square, pull the left hip back, draw the left shoulder back. From here, we're gonna bring that left hand behind the head, open through the chest, breathe in. As you exhale, tap your left elbow to your right arm. Good, inhale, open through the chest, lift the elbow high. Exhale, tap elbow to right arm. Let's go for 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl it in. Good, inhale, open. Exhale, curl it in. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Good, reach the left arm to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, left hand down, rebend into the left knee. Place your block back to the top left corner of the mat. From here, we're going to bring that right knee in line with the hip, so step the right knee in a little bit. Tuck the right toes under. We're gonna lift the torso, bring the palms together in front of your heart, and we're gonna move through a goddess squat flow. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pivot to the right for a goddess squat. So heels in, toes out, sink the hips low. Take another inhale. Exhale, low lunge to the back of the mat. Pivot the back foot, tap your left knee to the floor. So that's our movement. Let's keep it going. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, low lunge to the top of the mat. Exhale, goddess squat. Good, inhale, back of the mat, low lunge. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, top of the mat, low lunge. Exhale, goddess. One more time each side. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, low lunge. And then exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step your left knee to meet your right and sit back in a child's pose. Pressing your hips to your heels, reaching the arms forward. You can rest your forehead on the mat, maybe do a little sway side to side. And just use this as an opportunity to recenter, to reset, finding your breath. Maybe you notice your heart is beating a little bit faster. Just come back to your slow, intentional breaths. And then come to find stillness. Lift yourself to your tabletop, and then we'll repeat that sequence on the other side. So finding your alignment first, bring your wrists in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips. Use your hands to press away from the earth. Draw the navel in towards your spine. From here, extend your right leg behind you, keep the hips square. And then step your right foot over to the right, coming into an inner thigh stretch. Tuck the left toes under, press the hips back. So moving through our spinal waves, inhale, round yourself forward, drop the hips, look up. Exhale, bend the knee, press the hips back. Good, inhale, round forward. And exhale, press it back. Option to just take your cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round through the spine. So finding what works for you. Wherever you are, just move with your breath. And then we'll meet back in our tabletop pose. Step the right knee in line with your right hip. Grab your block at the top right corner of your mat. Bring the block behind your right knee, and then pull your right heel in towards your glutes. Start to feel that engagement in the right hamstring. Flex your right foot. From here, we're gonna kick the right leg up and then lower back down. Lift it up and lower. Keep going, making sure we're not leaning to the left. Keeping the core nice and tight here, squeezing the glute as you lift the right leg up. And then we're gonna add on, lift the right leg up, take your right knee out to the side, tap your right knee to your right shoulder. Come back through center and lower down, that's it. Lift the leg, knee to shoulder, back to center, knee back down. Good, keep it going. Try to keep the upper body nice and still. Moving slowly here, trying to find control in the movement. Let's do one more. Lift the leg, knee to shoulder, back to center, drop the knee down. Good work. Lift yourself up onto your knees. Go ahead and grab the block from behind your right leg, and then shift your weight into your left leg. We're gonna step the right foot forward. So coming into our low lunge, take a moment to adjust your stance. Maybe slide the left knee back if you need to. Pushing out of that right foot, allow your hips to sink down. So now working on our shoulder mobility. So bring the block into your right hand. Reach the arms up and overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your right arm behind your back. Place the block in between your shoulder blades. And then see if you can touch the block with your left hand. Might get a little tricky, that's okay. And then once you have it, straighten the right leg, hinge the torso forward. Come back to your lunge, switch out the arms, grabbing the block with your left hand. And then straighten the right leg, hinge the torso forward. So moving back and forth to your lunge, switch out the arms, straighten the left leg, hinge forward. Good, come back to your lunge, switch out the arms, straighten the right leg, hinge the torso forward. Good, holding it here. Pull the right hip back to square off the hips. And then take the block into your left hand, place the block to the inside of your left leg, and then reach the right arm high. So again, finding whichever position works best for you. You can keep the block on the highest setting, maybe take it to the medium setting or the lowest setting. Bring your left hand in line with your left shoulder, draw the right shoulder back. From here, bring your right hand behind your head. As you inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, tap your right elbow to your left arm. Good, inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Let's do 3 more. Inhale to open. Exhale, curl it in. Good, inhale, open. Exhale, curl it in. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Good, reach your right arm to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, right hand down, rebend into the right knee. Bring the block to the top of the mat. And we're gonna come into that goddess flow. So you're gonna step that left knee forward, bringing it in line with your left hip. Tuck the left toes under, lift the torso all the way up. Good, now bring your hands through heart center and we'll move through our goddess flow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open to your goddess squat, facing the left side of your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the back of the mat, pivot the back foot, drop the right knee. Inhale here. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale, low lunge, top of the mat. Exhale, goddess. Good, moving back and forth. Stay with your breath. you feel shaky, that's okay. Just try to find the stability in the movement. And then come to your low lunge at the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Sit back into your child's pose. Step the right knee back, untuck the toes, and press the hips back. So reaching the fingers forward, you can come up onto the fingertips. And just come back to your breath. Smooth inhales through the nose. And long, even exhales out. Slowing down the breath, the heart rate. And then from here, plant the palms into the mat. Reach your hands as close to the top of the mat as you can. As you inhale, round forward through each vertebra of your spine. And then exhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, sit back into child's pose. So moving through our spinal waves, inhale, round forward. Exhale, wave it back. Continuing with this movement, moving with your breath. And then we'll meet back in a child's pose. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out, let it go. Next inhale, round yourself forward. This time coming into upward facing dog. Drop your hips, lift your thighs off of the mat. So pushing out of the hands, making sure we're not collapsing into the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up through the chest. Breathe in. And breathe out. Big stretch for the abdominals. Squeeze your glutes to protect the lower back. And then drop the knees, sit back into your child's pose. So just rounding out the spine here, maybe shift side to side. Just letting go of any tension in the lower back. And then once you're ready, we'll all meet in a seated position at the center of the mat. So again, if you need assistance with the block, feel free to sit on a yoga block. Otherwise, just come back to where we started, sitting up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders down. And you can keep the eyes open, you can close them. And just find your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. And start to notice how you feel. Noticing any changes in your body from the beginning of your practice. And feeling that shift in your energy. So maybe you feel more relaxed, more peaceful. And knowing that you are the one who cultivated this change. I simply guided you through the movements, but you're the one that did the work. So taking a moment to express gratitude for yourself, for your practice, and for anything else that comes up for you in this moment. And then once you're ready, Let's take a deep breath in, reaching the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Taking this opportunity to bow down towards your own heart. Thanking yourself for setting aside the time to do something just for you. Thank you all so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future classes. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for future classes, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'd love to make something special just for you. If you want more yoga videos from me, feel free to check out my membership here on my YouTube channel. I post exclusive videos there a month featuring longer flows and a quarterly series as well. So right now I'm in the middle of releasing a winter solstice yoga series. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to further support me, definitely go ahead and check that out. Other than that, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. May you stay well and always continue to shine.